Hello and welcome to a viewer-submitted Sudoku. This Sudoku is set by someone named Phoenix, but it has come highly suggested by Tony. Uh, the Tony that I mentioned is Tony Zampini. I've done a few of his puzzles. His puzzle was actually featured very recently in one of Bremster's videos, but he reached out to me on Discord and told me that he just solved this puzzle. Um, and just so you know, this is Phoenix's first puzzle. And Tony said that he thought, in quotes, he thought it was amazing, right? It's not terribly difficult, but it's such a beautiful setting, in my honest opinion. So, of course, with that raving review, I had to give it a try for myself. So here we are. It's called Caged by a Secret Killer by Phoenix Aki. And before we get into the rules, Phoenix actually has a story behind the puzzle here. So let's get into the story a bit. Story goes, oh no, you've been locked inside a Sudoku grid by a crazed maniac who gets thrills out of forcing people to complete logic puzzles. Use your wits as well as knowledge of some Sudoku secrets to break free. Puzzle creator is not liable if the puzzle breaks during your escape. So fun little story behind it. I like that. It's very creative. Then we get into the meat of the Sudoku, which are the rules. So there's a few different rules here. I'll take them like one step at a time. So the first rule is that cells in cages sum to the total in the top left corner. So these are just killer cages. But there's something particular about these, and that's kind of the next part. In this puzzle, though, cage totals are given as letters whose values must be deduced. Each of the four letters has a unique sum. So C, A, G, and E will all be different numbers, but all of the E's will be the same number, all the A's will be the same numbers, so on and so forth. Then we have that digits cannot repeat along the positive and negative diagonals. So this is the negative diagonal, and this is the positive diagonal. Along these two diagonals, they will only ever contain the digits 1 to 9 once each. So that means that none of these digits could be 5, even though by Sudoku it's allowed to be. By the diagonal rules, they're not allowed to be. Then we have that cells connected by a green line must differ by at least 5. So these are just little German whispers. I see they're all just a bunch of 2 long German whispers. So differ by at least 5. Well, one thing that I always say about German whispers is that 5 can never go on a German whisper. That's because if you tried to place 5 on a German whisper, you differ 5 by at least 5, then you'd get the numbers 0 and 10 at 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 most and at least respectively, and those aren't normal Sudoku digits. So what you really end up with is a set of digits 1 to 4, which are called the low digits, and 6, 7, 8, 9, which are the high digits. And whenever you try to differ the digits 1 to 4 by at least 5, you will get a high digit, 6, 7, 8, 9. The same thing happens with 6, 7, 8, 9 being differed by at least 5 will always give you 1, 2, 3, 4. So essentially what we'll have is we'll have one low digit, 1, 2, 3, 4, and one high digit, 6, 7, 8, 9, on each of these little German whispers. Then we have that cells connected by a white dot are consecutive. So we have a white dot here and here. Consecutive just means they have a difference of 1. So 2 and 1 have a difference of 1. 5 and 4, 5 and 6. Those pairs there have a difference of 1. So we'll have to keep that in mind as well as we continue through. And then the last rule is that inequality signs with either, the right arrow or a caret here, right? The will point to the smaller of the two digits. So that means this digit will be greater than, right? It's a greater than sign, this digit, and this digit will be greater than this digit. And actually, sorry, I am noticing, you guys have probably been yelling at me the whole time. I have the wrong scene setup. That's a little bit frustrating, but hopefully you'll accept my apology there, and we can actually jump right into the puzzle because those are in fact all of the rules. All right, well, luckily I fixed the scene before I started solving here. So Phoenix kind of gave us a little bit of a hint, right? Knowledge of some Sudoku quote unquote secrets. So the secret, as per Simon from Cracking the Cryptic, is that the digits in a Sudoku, right, the digits 1 to 9, when summed together equals 45, right? 1 plus 2 plus 3 all the way up equals 45. So that means in every row, column, and 3 by 3 box, we have 45. And what's interesting about that is we have something going on here where these are 4 sets of cages, and here it's 3 sets of cages, but it's not as useful. The 4 sets of cages is interesting because we need a digit that is at least possible to make in 4 ways, which means the highest that this is allowed to be, or the lowest, sorry, I'm doing it the opposite way. The lowest this is allowed to be is 9, because if you try to make it 8, 7, whatever, 8 only has 3 options. 7 only has 3 options. 6, 5 have 2 options, down to 4 and 3, which only have 1 option. So these digits need to be at least 9. But here's the thing. What I'm realizing is 9 by 3 is 36, which means that the remaining digit would be 9. If we go any higher to 10, right, we add 4, then we're now at 40, which means the remaining digit is 5, which it can't be, but we'll come back to that in a second. And otherwise, it'll be 11 to be 44, which means we're missing 1. What that does for us is we copy paste 159 down here, and by diagonal rules, 5 gets pulled out of here. And now what that tells us is with the 1, 9, one of these will have a total of, one of these will have totals of 11, and one of these will have totals of 10. So E is either, or 9, sorry, E is either 9 or 11, and C is either 9 or 11. Now, what does that do for us? EC 9 and 11. I guess what that means is these cannot be. I wonder if it's already time to jump to these. So this will be some number divided by 3. If we minimize and we said this is 1 and this is 2, then 1, 2, 6 is 9, which means we'd have 36 in 3 digits, which would be 12. So how can I indicate this? 10? I can't really indicate, or I guess it isn't 10, it's 11, but I can't indicate 11 well. All right, I'll just try to keep track of it. 9 and 11 have been used up, definitely. Um, Here, that's the minimum. The maximum would be 9 plus 8 and 6. So 9 plus 8 and 6 is what? 23. 23 from 45. I'm blanking. Is 22. Well, that wouldn't work. So the lowest that these could go, for example, would be, well, I guess it makes sense, 8, right? 8 by 3, 24, 24, 21 left over. 21 is 15 in 2 digits, and that's very much possible. So this is G is 8, 10, or 12. I guess let's see if it's 12. If it's 10, sorry, we know if it's 12, we know if it's 8, we know what that looks like. If it's 10, it's 30, 36. We need to make 9 in 2 digits, which would be 1, 8, so it couldn't be 9. So, interesting. Churn Whisper means a low and a high digit, but the minimum I guess we could do let's say the 1 is in here, would be 1 and 7, which would be 8. And that actually would work fine, right? Because the 8 version, right, the triple 8 version would probably require the 9 anyways, right? Because 1, 2, 3, 8 would require 1, 2, 3, which would mean that would be 9. And here we have the opposite. We don't have 6 again, we have 4. And 4 isn't as restrictive. Yeah, because now 1, 2, 4 is only 6. And that leaves us with 39, which would be 13 in 3 digits. Or 13 in 2 digits. Which we can do just fine. This is interesting. One of these, So if we need to have a consecutive thing, right? A consecutive thing for 11, I guess this is what I should have thought about. 9 and 11, right? 9 and 11, the only sums that would have consecutive digits are 4, 5, and 5, 6. Both times we're using 5. So this becomes 5 here, with a 4, 6 pair here, which is actually quite interesting. Um, and then, yeah, that makes sense because you'd have to have a consecutive set. So from there, having one digit greater than the other is very easy. um, it's 11, it's 4, 7. Hmm. Whisper lines have anything to do with it? Which means this will actually, so maybe the German whisper lines are interesting because where does, yeah, this is it. Now, okay. I should have seen the consecutive idea earlier. Where does 5 go in this box, right? 5 can't go anywhere here, so this must be 5. Where does 5 go in this box? It can only go here, right? Again, the German whispers are doing the work for us. 5 now goes here. I think that's just by Sudoku, right? I guess also diagonal, sorry. 5 can't go here, can't go here, can't go here, and can't go here, so that's 5. In the same way, it seems that we can get 5 here, and then we get a little bit of an X-wing of 5s going on, but it can't it can't be 10 now, right? Didn't I say, all right, 5 can't go up here now. I was looking at 8, 10, 12. I think if I remember correctly, 8, 10, 12. This can no longer be 10. So this is either 8 or 12. If it's 12, then this is 5, 7. If it's 8, then it's 5, 3. If it's 8, the digit that's left over would be 8. Um, and if it's 12, the digit that's left over is 2, because this would be 1, 2. So you have 1, 9, 2, 8. See, the 4 is what makes this different because these now don't, these aren't kind of like the same kind of sums where this would have to be an opposite sum to this because we said this ranges all the way up to 13 as an option, whereas this could only ever go up to 12 at most. Hmm. Ah, there's only one more low digit, and these would definitely have to be low high, which means one of these two is the low digit, which means this is a high digit. Do we need to do color coding? Do I need to do my German whisper color coding? Hmm. 6 is a high digit, blue is a low digit. We'd have two blue, two yellow, not necessarily in that order. I'm just kind of doing random checkerboarding, which means that one of these two is definitely blue. This is definitely yellow, which means this is definitely blue, right? Because we use up two blues here, two yellows. So this needs at least one blue, one yellow, which means the last blue must go here, which means that can only be yellow because we've used up all the blues. So in the same way, this has to be blue and yellow. Only one of these will be yellow. And this will be the full checkerboard. Um, if it's 9, then it's 8, 1. If it's 11, then it's 8, 3. If it's 11, then it's 2, 9. Or if it's 9, then it's 2, 7. I don't know if I really like that numbering there. Hmm. Where does 4 go in this column? If 4 went here, it would have to be 4, 9, which would make this 13, which is too big. So the 4 must go here. Oops, we're in color mode. 4 must go here. I think that's the only option. 4 in this column. Where does 4 go? This can't be 4. This obviously can't be 4. And again, if 4 goes here on the German Whisper, 4 is one of those digits that's a, as it said, monogamous digit. That means that 4 can only ever sit next to one other neighbor, which means it must be 4, 9, which would be 13. 13 is too big. So if it's 8, then it's 4. Now it can't be 8 anymore. So this must be 7 as a high digit. This must be, to make 12, this must be 8, which means this must be, yeah, this must be the 1, 2 version, right? Because we're making the 12 version. So this is 1, this is 2. 2 was 7 or 9. So let's clear our color coding there and clear the color coding there. 7 or 9. We're missing 3, 9 in some order. I don't know what the order is, but we know that this is 4 would require 4, 9. Oh, to 2. I have to remember my diagonal work, of course. 1, 9. And also, what does 1 make this? 1 makes this the 11 version, which means this is 6. This is 4. 4 means this is blue. This is yellow. This must be 4 by Sudoku. I noticed that earlier. I wasn't sure which direction this went in, but now I do know. This is 4, 7. 2. Oh no, but that doesn't do it for us. 8. That's what it is. 8 must be 8, 3. So this must be 3, 8 like this, which means this is 2, 9, which we don't know the order for. 2, 9. Oh, we do know the order for. Sorry, of course, because 9 is greater than 2. Just so you know, a news flash. 1, 9. News flash. That is actually the case. It's pretty interesting, but 9 is greater than 2. Um, now, this is the 9 version, so that means this is 7. I guess we also knew that by Sudoku there. But also means this is yellow. I could have done that here. I guess I didn't. I'm blanking. 6. 6 would be 6, 3. I don't see a problem there. 6, 3. Yeah. Otherwise, it's 8, 1. So this is either 8 here. Whoops. 8 here, 1 here, or 6 here, 3 here. I don't know the order. Otherwise, this is definitely the high digit. This is definitely the low digit, which I also could have done earlier. 6, 8, 1, 3. 3, 2. 2 doesn't do it. 6. 6, 1 have to go together. So, and yeah, and 4, 9 have to go together. So one of these is 4, 9. And the other one is either 3, 8 or 1, 8. Okay, there we go, right? If no, this was 8, this would be 3, 8, and we'd be fine. Never mind. Hmm. We didn't do the math here. We didn't continue with the math. We kind of like skipped over and we said, yeah, 13, but actually it's not going to be 13 because we're using a maximum here with 9. So 9 and 4 is 13. If we even minimize there, that's 16. 16 from 45, 16 from 45 is 29. Did I do that math right? That doesn't work. That doesn't make sense. If we do 8 instead, that's 5 more, which means instead of 29, it would be 24. And 24, that makes sense. This is 8. So this is 3. This is 8. This is 3. 8 tells us that 8 will go somewhere here. 3 will go somewhere here. I guess it doesn't have to be 3 there, does it? Yeah. 8, 9, 4, 17, 21, 24 leaves us with 8. So one of these is 1, 7, and one of these is 2, 6. 2, 6 would never work on the German Whisper, which means this is 7. Again in color mode, and I've done this backwards. This is 7, this is 1, and then this is 2, 8, or 2, 6, which we know the order for, sorry, 6, 2. Let's do our color coding. Let's fix up the low digits there. Sorry, this is also low, and this is high. 4, we're missing 9, 2. 2 will go somewhere here, and it'll be 2 with, yeah, because it has to be 1, 6, so it would be 2 with 9. Right, so 9 will go, whoops, 2 with 9, like this, and 1, 6, I have no clue. Do I seriously not know the order here? 1, 3, 6, 8, I do. 8, 8 means this is 1, 6 means this is 3. 3 now tells us that it is 8, 1, 4, 9, which means 1 goes somewhere like this, and actually 4, 9, and then, okay, and now the 1, I should have done them as center marks. Give me a second here. This is 2 as a center mark, this is 9 as a center mark. 1 here tells us that this is a 1, 2 pair like this, and this is a 6, 9 pair. Actually, 1 tells us where 1 goes. This is 1, which means this is 6, which means this is 2, which means this is 9. And probably 9 tells us this is 8, 9. Now 9 can only go here, which means this is 4, which means this is 1, which means this is 8. Now 8969 are all high digits. 1241 are all low digits. We are still missing 3 and 7. Oh, we know the order. This is 7. This is 3. And actually, I'm noticing that this 3 gives us the order here for 3, 9. And we're cooking. We're cooking here. So at this point, we've done the cages, we've done the German whispers, we've done the consecutive. We haven't done all the inequality, so we have one more inequality to do, and the diagonals will just finish up here. So what are we missing from here? We're missing 3, 4, so this is 4 by Sudoku, 3 and 7. Look at that. I will color code. Here we're also missing a triple, which we can hopefully resolve. 3, 6, and 7. This is 6. That means this is 3. This is 7. In the same way, we are missing what? 2 and 8. We can't resolve the 2, 8. 4 by Sudoku can only go here. 6 by Sudoku can only go here, which means this is a 1, 9 pair, which we know the order for. 1, 9. 1, 4 are both low. 6, 9 are both high. And man, I do agree with Tony already. I haven't finished the puzzle yet. I'm jumping ahead of myself, or I'm getting ahead of myself here, but this is really very beautifully set. Okay, we're missing 1, 3, and 7. 7, 1, 3. It's a chocolate teapot. 1, 3, 7. This can't be 7. This can't be 1. This can't be 3. We're missing 2, 2, 8, 9. All right, like no resolutions there. This can't be 9. 2, 8. Oh, 2, 8, 3, 7. Look, this must be 3, 7. This must be 2, 8. Just kind of looking in the column here. We're missing 3, 7, and what? 9. Which we end up with a chocolate teapot again. So this is 7, 9, and this is 3, 9. Oh, and there we go. This is how we resolve it. Can this be 9? What would be greater than 9? Nothing. So this is 3, this is 7, this is 9. 9 tells us that this is 9 by Sudoku. 7 and 3 gives us 1, 3, 7. Have some 2 8s going on. 2, 8, 2, 8, 2, 8 and something. 2, 8 and 1. Ah, that means this is 8 because that's the only digit that's greater than 3 there. This becomes 2, this becomes 1, 2, and we should be able to just go 8, 2, 8, 2. We will color code. 1, 3, 9, 8, 7. Oh, and I'm seeing we still haven't placed our last 5s yet. So this should hopefully do it for us. We're missing 4, 8, and 9. 8 and 9 gives us 4. 9 here, 8 here. Here we're missing 1, 2, and 6. 6. 1, 2, 6. 1. 1 goes here. This is 6. This is 2. Oh, I missed the 2 here. Oh, you know why? I'm realizing I'm in the wrong color palette. No wonder I was struggling to see the digits here. I should be using my bright blue. Something was off. I couldn't figure out what it was. Anyways, yellow. And yeah, we're almost done here. We're missing 4 and 5. And 4 does it for us. That gives us 5 here, 5 here. This is 4. This is 6. 6, 4, yellow. I am noticing some X windmill stuff. It took me a little while to spot that, but I am seeing some X windmill. Um, I'm also noticing that I color coded that wrong. And of course, that's the wrong blue. I know I'm wasting my time here trying to get the color coding right, but you know how I am. If you don't like the color coding at this point, then I don't know what to do for you. But yeah, I think this is the final digit. In fact, it is an 8, and we are done. 2434 with Caged by a Secret Killer by Phoenix Aki. Man, okay. This is quite impressive for a first puzzle. I don't like just coming up with this idea of, how do we disambiguate what these digits are and realizing how the secret, right, 45 comes into play here. It's just astonishing. Um, I probably should have noticed the consecutive playing a role earlier because, yeah, no matter what, we would have had to use a 5. But yeah, I'm gonna keep rambling on. I don't know what else to say here. With all of that, I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching.